there are some easy and quick transitions you don't have to create from the beginning, and it's very useful. Like Canva is destroying or killing Photoshop at some point. CapCut is doing the same when we talk about Premiere Pro. So, but there are some concerns about the owner of this company because they are the same owners of TikTok, Chinese company. And I don't know what they do with the data that I share. So these are concerning sides of this type of applications, but they are most powerful, easy applications for video editing. So first they started with TikTok already. It was integrated in this application. After that, they improved and then they even launched this desktop app. They are doing great job and they are competing. They are in a competition with Premiere Pro and After Effects as well, which is high level editing program you may know. And yeah, I'm gonna show you some sample video we can do together. So I found this tariffs, and there's a video from Wall Street Journal. They created this one. This is like explainer video. So let me share my. So this is Wall Street Journal's
Before we
explain.
get into tariffs,
the heart of the Donald Trump economic plan,
we should talk about the chicken war.
The chicken war is a clucking good story.
In post-World War II West Germany, people started eating a lot.
Yeah, we are gonna try to create similar animations together in CapCut. It's a bit tough, but if you know how to work with PNGs and with titles, animations, it's gonna be easy. You're gonna see now.
Before we get into tariffs,
the heart of
So we need some materials like two cargo ships and one background and
before we get
dotted line animation. I'm gonna do it in CapCut.
into tariffs,
the heart of the Donald Trump economic plan.
Some video sample. I downloaded the Trump speech. It doesn't matter actually.
And
we should talk about
And a photo in frame and
the chicken war.
chicken. So we are here in CapCut. I'm gonna create a new project. So I'm gonna upload all the PNGs here. So I have American cargo ship. I did it in Canva, but I don't want to waste your time with all this PNG editing stuffs because maybe in the next sessions I can show in details, but we don't have time for that. I'm gonna upload directly them. So China cargo ship and background, gray background, and Trump's video. So this is the first step. We are gonna drag the video there in timeline. This is timeline, by the way, and Premiere Pro has the same workout style. I mean, workspace, and then there is a timeline, and there is like project side, and then there's a display panel, and on the right side you can see the editing stuffs, and so all materials you need you upload directly here. So when you click on import, you're gonna go to your desktop or wherever, and then you're gonna upload from here. So I did it here, and then this is my project panel. So all my stuff are here. And when you wanna take one of these to the timeline, you just hold and drag. It's super simple, like that. So this is 6 minutes length video. I will need like 10 seconds of this video. So I'm gonna choose from here maybe. You can cut it directly with shortcut C. When you click on C, so you see this kind of cutter tool. When you click here, we cut it. And then we don't need this part. I'm gonna delete. So
67%, that's tariffs charged to the USA, including currency manipulation and trade barriers. So 67.
So we can cut from here as well with see. Or there's another way you can do. You can fold from the right side of the layer, and then you can bring it wherever you want. So, and you can zoom in timeline here. So you can make the layer wider and you can see in details.
67%. That's tariffs charged to the USA, including currency manipulation and trade barriers. So
we don't need this part, and then I'm gonna cut it from here. So we have the video, and we will need the other parts, this background. I'm gonna drag it again. After Trump's speech, it's this background will come with the ships. So we're gonna animate them. So together. I'm dragging everything here. So we have two ships now. One is American. So we are gonna resize them. And we are gonna adjust the position. So there is another ship. So I'm gonna show you why I put them here. So we are just positioning them first, and then we're gonna animate. So let's check the video once again.
Before we get into tariffs,
So there's a zoom out, slow zoom out, and then the ships are there. I'm gonna animate the ships. They didn't animate it, but I'm gonna make it animated because it's gonna look better, I guess. And there's a title, big title, tariffs, and dotted lines. So the dotted lines are also animated.
before we get in,
So we're gonna do it the same. So when you when we when we don't use the translations, it looks awful, as you see. So also we need a background music for this type of explainer videos. So here is the audio section. You can find copyright-free background musics or sound effects. So I'm gonna check for news. No, this is super classic. No. Maybe we can use this one for now. So I drag it here.
67%.
So we need to decrease the volume level of background music because it is so high and we cannot hear what Trump says. So when we click on this layer, on the right side, you will see volume level. So mostly people, I mean, video editors are making it like -20, between 20 and 25. I'm gonna leave for 23, and then I'm gonna check once again.
67%. That's tariffs.
Not bad, and we can decrease a bit more, like that.
67%. That's tariffs charged to the USA, including currency manipulation and trade barriers.
Yeah, that's okay. So we can add a transition between the two layers. So here are the transitions. You can choose any of them. It depends on your choices. And I'm gonna use some stylish one. So there are like categories here. You can see light effects, camera, blur, basic, mask, slide. When you click on,
Önce dedi ya bu noktalar da animated falan. Herhalde o.
yeah. Hüseyin Arif, are you from Frankfurt? Hüseyin Arif, do you hear me? Okay, someone was talking now.
Yes. Sorry. Yeah.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I thought it was
I,
off.
no, I think I know you from somewhere, but maybe I am wrong.
Yeah, we know
We
each
knew
other.
each other, right?
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. Cool. Good to
Yeah.
hear. Good to hear your voice.
Thank you.
Okay, so we are gonna go here in let's check mask. So there is a paper ball. There are some like paper style flying paper if you like, or tier paper. So let's try one of this. So still the same. You drag it directly in the middle of this two layers. So let's see the animation.
So
So this is the transition effect. And we can fade out Trump's speech in the end. So when we click on this, and then we will go to audio. So there's a fade out button. We can do it like that. Let's see.
and trade barriers. So
Yeah,
and trade barriers. So
it's a smooth transition. So
barriers. So
wait a minute, I'm gonna check. Yeah, this one is my favorite actually nowadays. I'm gonna change the transition. So I'm gonna drag this one.
barriers. So
Yeah.
barriers.
So there is no transition sound effects, which is not good. I'm gonna add also sound effects. So I'm gonna go to audio and then I'm gonna click on sound effects part and then paper folding or paper crumble, whatever. It's longer. Yeah, this one looks okay. Yeah. Okay, we can try this one. I drag it here. And you need to adjust the volume of sound effects as well because for the smooth transitions, you need to do it.
trade barriers.
So yeah,
Trade barriers. So
we can shorten the sound effects. So we have now paper like tier sound effects, which looks better without.
barriers. So barriers. So
Yeah, we can do it again.
barriers. So
Yeah, we have now transition
barriers. So
with paper tier effect. So how we will animate these two cargo ships? So there are some methods you can follow. You can go to animation site. There are ready ones here. And you can see, you can preview already the animations. And when you click on one of these, you're gonna see how it's gonna look. So slide right. We will need slide right for this one, the first one. All right. But it's super fast, so I'm gonna do it none. And we can adjust the duration. And also we can reposition these two layers after the transition, they can come. Yeah, you see? It comes from left to right. We can even change again this animation. And here's the duration, and we can make it 1.5. See? Yeah, looks cool. Maybe a bit less. So we will do the same for China one, but we will need slide left animation. And there's no search button here. I don't know why they didn't add this feature. It's a bit complicated. You need to check by yourself and then you need to find the exact transition animation. Slide left, yeah. So we're gonna change the duration. So we have now animated cargo ships. We can bring them a bit closer, like that. And then we can see once again. So let's check this sample video once again.
Before we get into tariffs,
Yeah, we
The heart
also need this zoom out effect. I'm gonna add on background. Zoom out, yeah.
So, so, so,
Let's
barrier, so, barrier, so,
yeah,
barrier, so.
not bad. So we will create these dotted lines, and what we need for it, we will go to text section, and then we will drag default text here. So we can adjust the position later, and we will type on the line button. And yeah, this is the dotted line now, and we can scroll down, and then we can check this curve. Yeah, we can adjust here. We can maybe a bit rotate it. That we can resize a bit more smaller. Yeah, this is one dotted line. We can duplicate this. So for this, you can Command C, click on Command C and Command V, or there's a shortcut. You can hold Option button on MacBooks, and then you can drag it. So this is a shortcut. So we have now the same dotted line, and then we are gonna adjust the rotation and the position. And we will need to bring them behind cargo ships. So when you click on Command button, you can choose multiple layers. So I have two dotted lines layers, and then I'm gonna bring them down. So they are behind the cargo ships. And we can adjust once again, and then we can maybe change the curve a little bit more. And like that. Bit better. And this one as well. It doesn't have to be identical to the sample video. We are just trying to learn how can we create similar. So, yeah, can say like that. So we are gonna animate them. So we will go to animation part, and there should be swipe left animation. Swipe right, yeah. So okay, so we're gonna change the duration again so we can make it smoother. So we need to change the position of this dotted line after the cargo ships arrive. We are like from here, maybe, yeah. So we hold them and then we are bringing them here. And yeah, I need to animate this one as well. Wipe left I need also. It's really dumb. Yeah, fine. Okay, let's see. Okay. 1.2. Yeah, we have the started animations. So we will need also title for tariffs. So I go to default text again. I drag it here. So it can start with this same. And I'm gonna adjust the position. I'm gonna write here tariff. And I can, so here is the font section, and then you can find many different fonts here. So I'm gonna choose this puffin. And let's check this color of the,
Before we get into tariffs,
yeah, they use the yellow color, and we can do the same. Like this, maybe, yeah. And we will animate the text as well.
So
Exactly. So we can use from left to right, they use the animation. Or we can decide whatever we want actually. You can even use this. Yeah, maybe we can use this. Okay.
so
Ali, I don't know if you have
Yeah.
seen it, but Mohammed wanted to tell something.
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't
sure.
want to interrupt, sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry if I interrupt.
I didn't see. So, sorry.
Maybe we can also give a shape to tariff, like an arc.
Oh yeah, we can do it. Sure.
Yeah, thank
And yeah, the same. We scroll down and then we just click on curve, and yeah, like that, you mean?
Yeah,
A little bit more curve. Let's see. So yeah, we can adjust from here, like that. It's okay. Yeah.
thank you.
So we can maybe add sound effects for this typewriter text animation. And I'm gonna try to find from sound effects. So typing animation, maybe typewriter, yeah. No. 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 Just typing. This is old type, old school. Yeah. We can try to drag. We're gonna lower the volume, like to -10 at least. Yeah. We can even add fade out for audio to make it smoother. Like that. Yeah. Maybe we can add also sound effects for the cargo ships. Ship whistle, maybe. Oh, this is super strong. Yeah, we can use this one. So we rack it here and then here. Once the animation starts, we can make the sound effects starts as well. And this is super high, and then I lower it to -14. Yeah. Let's see where the animation ends here. Yeah. And again, fade out for smooth transition. Like that. Maybe we can add also fade in.
So
Still super strong. I'm gonna change it.
barrier. So
We have kind of similar animation towards the journal one. And we can add subtitle directly here for the video. So we can scale it and then we can bring it down. See the subtitle better. A little bit more scaling. So you can zoom in, zoom out from here. So click on this layer and then there's a caption section, and then you just choose auto detect and it's going to detect the language automatically, or you can choose and just click on generate button. It's super quick. So one plus for Capcut, because in Premiere Pro, I'm a Turkish native speaker and I was born in Turkey, and there's no Turkish subtitle feature or option in Premiere Pro, but in Capcut Pro, you can use every languages. So even including Turkish one. So which is a plus for CapCut. Okay, let's see.
67%.
So we have the subtitle now automatically generated.
That's tariffs.
And you can change the style of the captions. So click on that, and then there are templates. So you choose any of them. Maybe we can choose this one. You can try by yourself when you click on CapCut by yourself, and you can see you will find many different subtitle templates, and actually it's very useful for individual content creators. So in Premiere Pro, there's no such an option. So you need to check by yourself, and then you shape your subtitle style by yourself, which is tiring.
Just a
Sure.
quick question I couldn't catch. Can you show again where did you find the subtitles? I couldn't find it on my computer.
Sure. So this is the video, and I go to captions section, and then
Okay, it's at the top.
yeah, there's an auto detect, or you can just directly choose English language.
But I suppose I don't have the pro version, so I don't have the
you don't need to have a pro version. You can use it for free one for free version as well. But I don't know if the system or if the application let you download the video in the end. You can use all features except some like specific features related to pro version. But you can try, but I'm pretty sure that you can create captions without pro version. But in the end, I don't know if it doesn't, maybe it's not gonna let you download the video, but I'm not sure yet. But this is pro version
I'm
I
gonna
use.
try, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's expensive, by the way. It was very cheap.
Mm.
It was €9, like €9 like 5 months ago, but now they increased the price to 25 euros per month. Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy. Maybe for students there are some discounts. I don't know. I didn't check. Maybe you can check it by yourself later.
Okay.
So I'm gonna click on generate button here. You can also translate the captions. So we can try later. I'm gonna generate this English language translation now. So we have caption now
67%.
automatically created, and after that you just click on caption layer, and on the right side you will see captions, text, and animation, whatever. So we go to text, and then there are templates here. Here you choose any of them. I like this one. It's called Ali Abdal style. Ali Abdal is a phenomenon YouTuber. He has more than 4 million followers, I guess. Educational stuff he's doing on. And he uses this caption style. So yeah, we click on it, and then we have the same subtitle. It's a bit big, and then I make it smaller. Let's see.
67%. That's tariffs charged to the USA, including current.
This is like word by word and the caption style.
USA, including currency manipulation and trade barriers. So
You can adjust this captions as well here. If you see like some wrong parts, you can adjust and then edit from here. Like instead of currency, you can just add one more Y.
including currency manipulation.
Yeah, you can do it, and you can edit the captions if you see any wrong part. So we edit this.
67%. That's tariffs charged to the USA, including currency manipulation and trade barriers.
So we have this animation in the end, and let's go back to video.
The heart of the Donald Trump economic plan.
You can add some more videos depending on your content. You can find footages from YouTube channels without copyright. And
We should talk about.
we will need a woman holding the chicken. I already downloaded, and then I'm gonna drag it. So the chicken war.
The chicken war.
The chicken. Okay. So we're gonna copy this animation again. So also we can add like voiceover. I use 11 Labs to generate AI voiceovers. It's one of the best ones, I guess. I think Capcut has also the same, but I just try to log in with my Apple account to use online version, because in the application there's no such a feature. You need to go to online, but I couldn't log in. I don't know what's the problem, but I cannot show it directly from Capcut online from the browser. But you can check later on YouTube. There are millions of tutorials about how to generate AI voiceovers through Capcut. But I use 11 Labs. I find it better than Capcut. I tried it before, and I compared them, and I think 11 Labs is doing better job. And yeah, we can create AI voiceover, and then we can edit here, and then we can have a real explainer video. But I will not do it now. And so it's gonna end here. I'm gonna cut them. So every layer will be in the same position like that. So I'm gonna drag the background, gray background. here. So we will need another transition. But before the transition, I'm gonna drag this chicken and the woman. So here, yeah. These are PNGs without background. So they are separated from the background, and then you can use it to use it for better animations. So I drag it here, and I adjust the position, and then I can rotate a bit because they used like that. I can bring it more here. So I'm gonna drag chicken. So this is also a footage from Canva. You can find maybe free versions on Pixabay or Pexels or Unsplash. So without animations, they look awful. So I'm gonna add some animations then. But first, let's find a transition. So all the time when I need a transition, I go here, I go to here, and then I go here, and then I just check for the transitions that I like. So we can maybe use now zoom out or pull out. Yeah, looks cool. Here I drag it. Yeah. Okay, so we will need a whoosh effect for this transition. I'm going to type whoosh. Let's check. This is one. Yeah, could be. Let's try. So you see, all sound effects are in Capcut directly. In Premiere Pro, you don't have this kind of library. Yes, there are Adobe stocks, but it also requires an additional subscription, which is really expensive, and you are not able to find that much animations or sound effects. So CapCut has better library. So I drag this whoosh sound effects, and then let's see. Always make it -10 at least, or even more. Okay, here. Yeah. Okay, so we have another transition now.
Excuse me, may I ask very quickly? So from what I see, like you are using a sound for every animation you're using, and is it some kind of unwritten rule in video editing, or it's just your personal preference?
This is like to get more attention. So this is the kind of social media for the social media algorithm. So when you add this type of sound effects, so you can get more attention from the followers. So this is, if you don't like, you don't have to. This is not like a rule. So it depends on your preferences. But it's like there are millions of researches about people's attentions, and then they use mostly this type of sound effects. So it makes it more. I don't know if this is my individual decision now, but if you don't like it, you don't have to do it. So you can just remove the sound, and you can just use only the without the sound, this transition.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So we're gonna add animation here. So I always click on the layer, and then I go to animation, and I find. Let's check. We can try many of them to see how it looks. You see? These are the animations you can create in After Effects, which is really difficult. It takes maybe at least 10 minutes, I will say, to create from the beginning. So in Capcut, you don't have to do it. It's ready already here. And then you just click on it, and then it gives you an animation. I like this sticky note animation. I'm gonna use this one. Yeah. Looks cool. I'm gonna increase this duration. See? Yeah. Yeah, looks cool. And let's animate the chicken. Let's check the video once again. How they did.
The heart of the Donald Trump economic plan.
We should talk about.
You see, they didn't even animate this frame photo. Mine is better because, according to me, because I like the animations and animated PNGs.
Before we get into tariffs,
the heart of the Donald Trump economic plan,
we should talk about the chicken war.
Yeah, swipe up. Okay, they use for the chicken, swipe up. We can find swipe up one. Or I can show you something different. You can do it by yourself with keyframes. So for that, you just add this keyframe. It's called keyframe, and in Premiere Pro and After Effects also. This is a common things, and you just add one keyframe, and then you can change the position of the keyframe. You bring it here, and you can reposition the chicken. It can come from here, and you go here, and one more keyframe for the position, and you bring it here. Let's see. It's super slow. You can make it faster. A little bit more. This is also an option to create an animation, but I'm gonna use the red ones. I go to animation again. I'm gonna find the swipe up animation, hopefully. Someone's out. So we can use, but we can see also when we click on how it goes. Usually there are different types of animations. Balance. There's this split one. If you see, please let me know. Results.
There was a slide up there. I
Yeah.
think you just
This is slide right.
um
Checking. Terminals.
aside. Maybe go back down
No,
a bit. Right before you scroll back up, there was a slide up.
Here?
No, down. You have to go way
Down.
down. Yeah.
Okay.
Go. It should be on this column where your mouse is, but go down.
Okay. Yeah, this is really downside of CapCut for searching for animations.
So you don't have a search.
So yeah, it's so dumb.
And it's not ordered alphabetically or anything, yeah? It's a bit random.
Random. Okay, I'm gonna find. Or I'm gonna use it.
A slide up.
Yeah, it's the finally. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we will add also text. So let me check the time, by the way. Yeah. So we got a text and back here. What was written there? The chicken war. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna change the font often I used. And we can adjust the line, make it look better. And we can change the position of the icon, and we can after the chicken, the title should come all together. I'm gonna add an animation to the text. Maybe fading or bounding. Yeah, looks cool. They are always super fast, and then that's the reason why I always change the duration. You can make it slower to make them look smooth. Yeah, kind of identical.
The chicken part of the Donald Trump economic plan.
We should talk about the chicken war.
Yeah. So let's check from the beginning.
67%. That's tariffs charged to the USA, including currency manipulation and trade barriers. So
they add also chicken bark. We can add also these sound effects, which Anastasia doesn't like, but I'm gonna do it.
That's not true. I was just asking.
Okay. Okay. Okay, this one better. So let's see where the animation starts here. From here. Lower the volume to minus 11.5. That's enough. And we can have fade out, fade in. These are for smooth transitions. Okay. So say.
The heart of the Donald Trump economic plan.
We should talk about the chicken war.
The chicken war is a...
Okay. So basically we did a similar video together. So I just wanted to show how easy to use Capcut. You don't need to have a knowledge about Premiere Pro or After Effects to create animations. So everything is ready here. You use the ready animations, and then you just need to have an idea to create a content, and then you can copy the styles of the other videos, which I do now. And you can check also this YouTube channel. It's called Vox, one of the best. I really like. They have dozens of explainer videos with this type of animations. Most likely Falk knows that YouTube channel. And yeah, so you can use CapCut instead of Premiere Pro or After Effects. So you can, as you see, this is a Wall Street Journal. They have, I'm pretty sure, real professional video editors and well-paid video editors, I will say. And so we were able to do kind of identical video and with CapCut. So it's easy. You just drag everything, and you just you can find every transitions from here in the library. So in Premiere Pro, you need to create by yourself all the animations with keyframes, and sometimes even you have to mask, and it takes a lot of time. And so CapCut makes it easier. So I also use for most of my projects, but I kind of combine them, and I also need sometimes for the better masking Premiere Pro, and I also use for animations this CapCut, and then I combine them. But if you are a beginner, you don't have to have knowledge about Premiere, have to use Premiere Pro or After Effects. So CapCut makes your job easier. So if anybody has a question, I am listening now. Otherwise, I don't know if you have any recommendation for this session, or if you want to see, or if you want to learn anything more, so we can check and dig more. But for now, I will say that I'm done with the sample video. But so these are like basics of CapCut. So there are a lot of other things that you can check by yourself. You can check tutorials on YouTube. So this was the session that how to use CapCut and how to create similar videos by using CapCut easily. I think it gave us an idea, but you can check this video later on, and you can definitely repeat the steps I created here. Yeah, that's what I say. For now, I'm done.
I said it's kind of presentation, so I need more passion. So we're gonna start with video editing and creation today. And I want to start with what is editing? And there are also three main questions. First, that what do we want to show? What we want to show, why we want to show it, and what do we want to cut? So if anyone here has a kind of special definition for editing, I invite he or she for share it with us, because we're gonna see there are a lot of different definitions, especially in cinema. Then I'm curious if someone already do editing and has some edit experiences, share it with us. So, okay, I want to I should mention, just if you have a question, just raise your hand, and because I share my screen and maybe I cannot notice. We can start with a famous and funny example from Alfred Hitchcock, and we can find out how important it's edit and cinema and video creation. So I don't know if you've seen it before, We have this example for Kuleshov effect that Alfred Hitchcock gave this example to us, that we have three shots. At first shot, we see an old man looking at somewhere. And then we cut to next shot, we have a woman with her child. And then we cut to last shot, that's the close up at the old man is smiling. So then we have another part. We keep the shots of close-ups of old man. Then we just change the woman, the middle shot. So we can. I want to ask, what is differences between these two? Could you tell me what you feel? Is it any change or not between these two? What do you think? You can also write, but I'm not sure if I can with the mirror. Actually, I'm not quite good with Zoom. But the first, we can say we see the first shot, we see the old man, then we see the woman and her child. And then we see the old man smile. We said, okay, it's such a kind grandpa or kind person. But in another, we don't have same thinking about it because when we look, somebody looks at a beautiful woman who is on the beach or who is in a park. And we see somebody smiles, we might think he's I don't know, perverted old man or something. So this is the power and the influence that edit can make, and it's popular as a Kuleshov effect. We're going to talk about it later. So after this part, I want to compare two definitions that we have in cinema and filmmaking. One of them is editing and the other is decoupage. And they're different basically, but they're controversial as well because in the history of cinema, there are a lot of discussions that are these same or different. So decoupage, it's a French word. At the beginning of cinema, they invented it as a word that for those areas that we have a script and work on it to make our movies. And editing is kind of different thing, but we have some shared areas between these two definitions. I want to explain them as example to be more simple for you. And for decoupage, we can imagine we want to tell a joke to somebody, and I think jokes were more popular before social media being more popular. Nowadays, we just send text or see them on social media, but before that, people used to tell jokes. So if you have a funny experience in your mind or a joke, and you prepare it to tell it to somebody, you might think about it when you're gonna pause, when you're gonna continue, when you're gonna say something first and then something after that. Is gonna be kind of thing that we do in cinema as decoupage. But after you tell your joke, for example, you already told it to somebody, you want to tell it your experience, funny experience to somebody else. This time you're gonna decide what are you gonna change, what are you gonna don't say, what are you gonna add to it. So we can compare it with edit. So in cinema, the first we have the script. We work on this script as our base item actually, And directors and cinematographers, based on the script, try to make environments as the shooting. For example, if in this room somebody wants to make a scene and put some cameras, we need to cut the space, the natural space we have. So we're gonna think about where we're gonna put our cameras, in which angle we're gonna shoot, which distance we need between the subject and camera, and this is decoupage. This is what we call decoupage. But after that, when we gathered all these elements, we have edit. We are in edit part, and in edit part, we decide how long should be our sequences, when we should cut, and so on. So we're gonna explain about editing techniques a bit. And in this part, I'm gonna tell you some editing techniques that we have in filmmaking and cinema. And the first one is eyeline match. An eyeline match, as you can see, is when an editor cuts between the character and the object who looks at it. And in this is so popular one because I think in all movies in the planet we have it definitely. So this is basic one. We also know it in POV shot. But about the another crossing cut, I think this cut, it's really important because it has a relation with storytelling. So I invite you, and I hope this time somebody shares some experience, or please say something why this type of cutting has kind of relation with storytelling, and it's so important in filmmaking, I believe. Nobody? I need you, sometimes you share something with me because otherwise I think maybe I lose my connection. So please be more.
Yeah, maybe I can say something if anybody doesn't want. So I think I'm gonna put something on what you have said. Like, we got two objects. It can be a personal, and as in the picture, maybe a ball, and like it brings us to think about the connection, what they could have, these two objects. So even if you want or we don't want, we create a story in our heads in seconds, I could say.
Yes, yeah, definitely. This is one of I think one of several abilities we have on this kind of cross cutting. And the other is, I think the thing is, we in literature, for example, we don't have this ability to have stories in different location at the same time, and have it on a kind of one context. For example, I can give an example. I'm not sure if anyone seen it, but it's one of popular movies, Godfather. In Godfather, we have a sequence that the editor cuts between three locations at the same time. In this kind of cutting and editing, director wants to give you a kind of feature about story, because these three locations has some connection with each other. And these are important because you're gonna find out what's gonna happen next. So this is one of the most popular and important thing about cross-cutting. Also, we have two other shots. One of them is eye trace. Eye trace is also quite popular one. I think you already know all of them because we normally watch movies, so we used to it to see these kind of edits, but maybe we don't focus on it. So eye trace is when an editor cuts between two or more shots that focus on the same area on the frame. So, for example, if you see my face as a first character or protagonist, and if I look at somewhere like upright, like this, and in the next shot we have a camera in the kind of subject like upright side. So this is this kind of ability for director to keeps audience attention on the kind of specific point on the screen. And our other kind of cut that in editing we have is split edits. This one is also a well-known one. There are two different kind of it, J cut and L cut, and it's these names because of the shape of they have on the timeline. A J cut, it's when audio starts before our shot. You definitely seen it. For example, in movies we have it in the beginning of films. We maybe hear something and then we jump on our subject. And the other one is L cut. It's opposite. Our scene cuts to another shot, but we still have the sound. So this is also its kind of way for closures at the end of the movie. Next one, this one actually is one of my favorite cuts. It's called intellectual montage. And I like this one because it's kind of, I think it's like a poetic approach in cinema. And if you know Sergei Eisenstein, the filmmaker from Russia, this approach belongs to him because he used this approach in his movie like Strike, if you've seen it. So the approach is for some specific reason, filmmaker wants to show you kind of mindset. So if we want to imagine three shots beside each other, so let's give an example of the strike. For example, we have workers. They came out from factory. They want to protest, and in the next shot we see the government soldiers. They attack two workers, and between two, they're gonna kill some workers. And between these three shots, we have some, for example, I don't know, some cows. The people cut their heads, their throats. So this is kind of approach that the director wants to give you a kind of mindset that how he looks at the world. So this is also one of good examples. The next subject we want to talk about it's framing, and I think it's really important if you are interested in filmmaking or video creating, because for example, I have a memory about it, and one of my first experience when I was in my country as a young filmmaker, I wanted to create my first film. So I thought it's really easy if you just keep your camera on your hand and start shooting, as you can see in movies. But for about like 6 hours, I tried to have a good frame, but I couldn't. It was really, really tricky. But you're gonna used to it after you have experience. So we have some shots in framing as a single shot. As you know, on single shot, we have just one person on the frame. It's quite easy, but not that easy, you think, as I said. And also two shots that we have two people on the screen. So, but there are different type of shots. Like in a single shot, we have clean single shot and dirty single shot. And as you can see, dirty single shot, it's when we have an over shoulder shot. When we need it, I need another example. So I need you participate in this example. So just imagine we have two person in a car and we want to shoot, and the subject is the man wants to tell the woman how he feels about her for the first time, and woman is not sure about this feeling. So I want to ask, if you are director, which shot you choose for men, like clean single or dirty single, or which one for women? Please write, or if you want, you can open your microphone and tell me.
Perhaps if she's unsure, it would be more important to see her face directly.
Good.
So you could go over the shoulder with him,
Yes.
and then see the emotions.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. So this is how we find out we don't use these shots without reason. So if you're a director or you want to create a video, you should consider these features, because they're it's kind of cinematic language. You should know it. And as I said, we have two shots, like two people. It's quite popular. Two people talk to each other in different subjects, different stories. And also we have insert shots. Insert shots are used for subjects that our actors have in their hand, or they're important part of the story. For example, a book, kind of object like I don't know, like a knife maybe, or anything. So it's kind of POV, POV shot. So after that, we can look at shot angles, because as we have rules in the framing, we also have many rules in shot angles. So these are also important. So as you can see, the eye level shot, it's a basic shot that we have in cinema or filmmaking. And it's kind of, I think it's most basic shot that we have. And it's most of the time like single shot in framing. And it's a normal shot without specific features or angle. Most of the time it's direct to our actor. And it's common because we don't want to use specific features in it, and we have it at the base of our shooting, at the first level. Also, we have overhead shots, and based on the kind of how you want to use it, the function is different. Because in overhead shot, for example, we can demonstrate loneliness sometimes, maybe. We can demonstrate divine, the connection between person and God. Also, we have a name for this shot, and other names like God's eye or bird's eye. And also just imagine, I don't know, in a kind of conflict, a samurai kills everyone and then he's injured, it's gonna die. We have a kind of top overhead shot of him, like hero. And also over shoulder, as we also talk about it. in the two-person situation, we always use the over-shoulder shot because I think we always need to have need a vision to see the reaction of person who listens to dialect of the main character. As you can see, the next ones are low angle shots. So the thing that you already maybe know or you should know is you never can use low angle shots for a weak person because you know it's obvious because when you look up, it's always like strong on the top. So when we look at sky, it's kind of composition for human. It's kind of the thing that already is a human mind. So when you are look at up, you see something up than you that it's kind of it's a high level, and the level is higher than your level. So in the heroic scene, for example, for a hero or even for a bad man like antagonist, we have low angle shot. And as you can see in the guess, the opposite is high angle shot for somebody is weak. And if you want to create an image of your character who is in the bad position or who is not strong anymore, you can use the high angle shot. And the next one, as you can see, it's Dutch angle shot. And the thing is that there is a thing about this shot that the name of this shot is kind of I don't know, misuse of name, and the name has changed during time because this one was Deutsch angle shot actually because of the German directors at that time used this frame for make the sense of unease or I don't know anxiety. So the original name is Deutsche, but now we can call it Dutch angle shot. So as you can see, directors use this shot for make sense of unease or anxiety. The next one, we can start with hip level shot or cowboy shot. If you are a fan of Western movie, you also know this shot. But there are also other movies that we have this kind of shot in them because, for example, if our character handles the knife, it also needs this kind of shot and angle. And but as I said, you can see these kind of shots normally in Western movies. And after that, we have knee level shot. This one also includes some features of your character. For example, if he or she has something near to his knee, like a kind of weapon, or if she or he has a tattoo that is important in storytelling, we have this kind of shot. And the last one is the ground level shots that I think if you've seen or if you're a fan of Quentin Tarantino, he normally use this shot maybe in like Hateful Eight or in Inglourious Basterds, the famous scene that the Jews are in the basement, then camera goes down slowly and goes to the basement to demonstrate their fears and anxiety. And also we can talk about compositions because we always need compositions. We need to know about them when we want to create a video or make a film. compositions are always important because they can how can I say, they can attract the attention of your audience. So if a director can use them properly, we can say he's a good artist. So we already had this kind of rules in fine arts. So we also ever should care about aspect ratio. So, for example, in the paintings, like classical ones, we ever have horizontal composition for landscapes or environments, and vertical for portrait. And this is also matters in filmmaking. I think a good filmmaker and a good kind of expert who interested in create video, who should know about composition in the paintings, especially in classical ones. We can start with points like focal points that you can use for directing viewers' eyes. And this one is also should have specific reason, and you also need a good reason for use something like everything we've just mentioned. Focal points is when you want to track the viewer's eye on a specific feature. Like just imagine, I don't know, a car or a motorcycle in an extreme long shot. So it's inevitable. You, without any reason, notice the points, and it's as I said, depends on what the director wants to show you. It can be, I don't know, a point of a sharp thing, somebody who walks on a crowded street. It can be different, but they always use focal points and points in 3 rules.
I didn't understand the focal point that exactly, to be honest. Like directing viewers' eyes, I can also describe what didn't I understand, because like the point, for example, you gave the example with the motorcycle.
Yeah.
So for example, with the image on the left side, can you maybe explain with motorcycle?
Yeah, exactly. I do. Yeah. Actually, about motorcycle, I gave an example about extreme long shot. So when we have an extreme long shot, like a wide long shot from a landscape, if a car or motorcycle is on a road, you notice it without because you have to, this is kind of composition is already in your mind. And about focal point is there is always a rule when you watch at a screen. If a point has some details that make some differences in environment, you always notice it. That is the focal point. For example, sometimes I don't know. I should give an example for this. Maybe when you look at a street, and there is a kind of hole at the end of the street, and there is people goes around, and there is somebody at the end who don't walk. You always look at the and so this is the definition of focal point.
Okay, I get it now. Thank you.
And then we have lines. In this part, maybe I need your participation. There are 5 type of lines that I want to ask you that you can maybe explain why maybe a director use these kind of lines for make what sense in the in the audience. So if you can participate, you're welcome. I can start with vertical lines.
I could maybe I have 2 ideas to horizontal lines and also the leading lines.
Good.
From my perspective about the horizontal lines, it always give me like some kind of peace, I would say. With in these shots I always feel peaceful. And to the leading lines, maybe if the director wants us to focus on something and we begin with a role like in the example, and at the end of the shot or at the end of the row we see this light and we focus on the light and we focus on what would come out of this light behind the light, I would say.
So I think you did it better than everyone.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Thank
that was
you.
exactly definition of why we use or directors or cinematographer use these lines. As you said, horizontal one is for, gives some kind of a sense of calm, and the leading ones, as you can see of name, they lead you to notice something at end, like perspective. About vertical, this is kind of focus on height. And diagonal lines, they are also, I think, we can say they make kind of sense of conflict and anxiety on the screen. And also curved line based on the purpose, they also can make some sense in an audience, like kind of sense of anxious. Also, it also could be called like based on the angle of camera, they're different. But yes, as you can see, it's obvious because we already have this sense in our minds. These came from the kind of sense we feel from nature. So directors use these elements for create a new feeling. So we also have shapes. They use shapes on their movies. Any scene can be built based on a shape. For example, triangle composition, as we had like here, diagonal lines can make kind of sense of mystery or also conflict. For example, Griffiths, one of popular and famous director, uses triangle shapes and composition for demonstrate a war scene. And also we have circle compositions, rectangular and organic shapes. Organic shapes can give us a kind of natural feeling. And the rectangular one can give kind of a frame in the frame that we have on screen. So, for example, you might notice many directors use somebody through a window. So this gives you kind of focus. That's a focus, and also can create a sense of satisfaction. So this also is about shapes. So I had a task for mentees, and this is like create a short film. It can be also like 1 minute. I think it's up to you. In Capcut, that we already learned a lot from Ali, that express the feeling of being homesick. You can use all of things we already talked about, like angles, like frame, like composition, all those things we just mentioned. And you can use at least one editing technique, as I said. So I don't know when we gonna want this homework from you, but I think if you prepare it for, I don't know, maybe 2 next session, it would be nice. And I also can join you because I also interested in this field. So yes, this is our creation and editing part. Thank you.